Okay, guys, this is the one you guys have been waiting for, okay? Welcome to the Lost Ark New Players Compendium. I actually completely forgot about that in my last episode talking about skills. But this is the big version that you guys have been wanting, okay? The Stronghold. Dun 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 dun. Maybe I should put some music on. I know my hairstyle looks pretty off today, guys, but this is the Stronghold, and this is going to be your base of operations for quite a bit, okay? Basically, what you want to do to Stronghold, yeah, I know, 69, I know, okay? I just realized I'm in streamer mode at the moment, so we better get rid of that latest sub. If you guys do not know, I stream on Twitch TV, only Joshin TV, but you know, also do these YouTube videos to help you guys out a bit more. Now, let's just go through the general interest of the Stronghold, the first menu that you encounter. Be aware that you do get a bit of a guide when you first come in here, so this is just to help you out. So the first thing here is the menu top left, so you got guests that come into your thingo to, you know, enjoy your island. You got people who enjoy it, people who think it's flashy. Basically, this is your interest. So if you invite people, they can rate your fortress. You can actually change your name after naming it for the first time. I just call it Isengard because you see a lot of Makokos here, and you know, they're hobbits, so take the hobbit to Isengard. You can also set the permissions of viewing guests here as well, so you can allow basically everyone. I can tell you right now, just, you know, allow everything. Like, no one can do anything really damaging to your Stronghold, only you can edit it and stuff like that. So just be aware that nobody can actually do anything to your Stronghold, so it doesn't really matter. Now, also with your Stronghold, let's just go first with the management. Let's just go, actually, you know what? Let's take a tour of the island, okay? Let's take a tour of the island. So basically, let's go through the first island first. This is a skin modding. So basically, with the island, you can do anything you want. And your island in the first place won't look like this because there's a lot of upgrades that you need to do to get your Stronghold to be very accessible, very easy to do. At the start, it's very, like, so much crap's in the way that you have to, like, you know, go through like 20 million things just to get to where you want. But overall, as you level your Stronghold, it becomes a lot easier to navigate, and it becomes your base of operations where it can produce things while you're offline and provide you with passive income. So let's go first. So basically, your most used option, I'm going to tell you right now, is Control 1. So Control 1 gets you to this like mini management bar where you can view everything that is being done to your Stronghold, okay? Other than obviously editing it, putting people down. So first off, you got buildings, okay? Let's just take a look at the buildings. You get the lab, okay? So lab is here, okay? You get to builders pretty early on, and this is where you do all the research, basically. As you can see here, I've not done all the research yet, but if you want to see the completed research that I have done, it's a lot, okay? So you can see here, there's a lot of research to be done here. You need to put a lot of work into your Stronghold. This is, you know how I said earlier, the roster storage, you upgrade the Stronghold? This is very, very important. As you can see here, getting that second row of roster storage is absolutely huge, and you do that via Stronghold. Now here, this matters a bit as well. This also increases your production of your Stronghold. So you can see here, you got the character points. You also got the extra Stronghold vacant lots and stuff like that. This is also very important to make your Stronghold a lot powerfuler. Then you got the building upgrades, crafting workshop 3 and 5, dispatch 3 and 5. A lot of these here are very important, and also lab 3 and 5 are very important because it allows you to research more stuff at the same time, craft more stuff at the same time, and send more dispatches at the same time. So be aware of that. Now, mana 3 and mana 5 are very important because it unlocks extra outfits, which we'll get to very, very shortly. Now, time reduction is also really, really important as well, as it decreases crafting time, which makes it a bit quicker to produce goods, which add up over time if you're trying to do something like really, really quick. And also dispatches, but makes 12-hour dispatches roughly about 10 hours instead. And you'd think, oh, 1 hour 40 minutes isn't that much. It is quite a lot. Now, with the action energy decrease, this is actually very important as well, because energy, you have to manage your energy, which is down here. So you can see here, active energy, 3k out of 23k. And as you can see here, it regenerates 55, you know, per 10 minutes, 155 per 10 minutes, and also has maximum energy as well. You can get maximum Stronghold energy from the Stronghold and researching it, and also you can get it from doing roster missions as well. Like, roster missions have it as well as a bit of a reward. So basically, overall, you want to be using those two types to get a lot. So with consumption is very, very important, that you only have a limited amount of action energy, and then you can't do anything else. So make sure you are getting as much action energy consumption reduction as you can, so you can do more things with your Stronghold. Now, cost reduction is kind of important as well, because some of the costs are in gold and silver, and reducing those costs is immense, okay? Helps you level up, helps you keep gold where it is, when you need it to be, and stuff like that. And also, this one's quite important, a great success rate. It's a 3% success rate, and I can tell you right now, great success is very great when you get it. It doubles the mats essentially. So if you make, let's just say you make 30, let's just make, you can make potions, okay? You can make potions in your stronghold, and you get a great success. Instead of getting 10 potions, you get 20 potions instead. You get an extra 10. And that's why it's important as well to make sure you get this as well. You can also get crafting recipes. These are very, very important. You know how I talked about fusion materials previously, you know, here? You can craft these in your stronghold. I recommend to make sure you get the fishing and excavating as soon as you can. And then also get the hunting one as well, just in case you get a hunting guild quest later. Now, you can, you know, craft potions. Very, very important to get the elemental HP potion. Some of these potions and some of these crafts you cannot get until you get trusted with an NPC. And it will tell you that basically as well. Like, we'll go to here. We'll go to unavailable research. Let's say, for example... where is it? Let's say, for example, here. Okay, it tells you that you need Jederico to be trusted to even research that. So be aware that some of these things here are locked behind rapport. So rapport, you know, also links to your stronghold. And now you can see here, like, you know, with all the stuff I've done, it is huge. You can get cooking mats as well. I recommend to get some cooking mats as well. Cooking, the only way to get food in your stronghold is, you know, it's easy to get food in your stronghold than it is to go to a cook and make it. So make sure you do that. You can also use, you know, you can use your mats to get in the open world, not just the stronghold mats. Now, dispatch adaptation is really important as well, because later on, you'll use your ships to do guided raids for you on alts, where the legendary book benefits both sides. And what I mean by that is that both specializations can be played. Like, for example, Scrapper, where you can use both shock trading and ultimate Tajitsu, and a few other classes where both of their class engravings are very, very good, like Igniter and Reflux for Sorceress, and that's how you can generate a lot of gold, is that if you do get a legendary book of that, it's 6,500 in the bank, which is, you get from, you know, the higher tier Gardener raids in tier 3, and I don't think you guys should know that, but that's one thing you want to get the dispatch adaptation. Now, for these guys, for the ships, so you get one free ship, the Belucia, but the rest of these ships, you have to actually build in-game before you can craft it in the stronghold. So if you get a new ship, let's just say you get the Sternbircher, which is a bit later on after Northern, the moment you get it and craft it, you can make it in your stronghold, and I recommend to do so. Now, the trade merchants are the next one. So some of the trade merchants you can get from doing the Adventurer's Tome. So you may see, like, you know, a guild invite. Then you can also promote them to give you more goods. And also at the same time, you can also get some in... You also get default 3 of them at the start. But you get more and more, essentially by Adventurer Tome. And by sometimes, like, other quests as well. Maybe even rapport quests as well. So be aware of that. It is very, very important to make sure you get these to maximum level. They do cost a tiny bit of gold, and they're quick to research, and they're not much energy either. Next up is the feast section. So the feast section, you probably want to get to the max as much as you can. So as you can see, I did all the feasts here. You have enough mats to do so. They are very important for raids, Legion raids, Abyss raids, stuff like that. Gives you a bit more weapon power, gives you a bit of a buff, can also give you a HP buff as well. However, they do require their fish and the excavating from certain tiers, like tier 2, tier 3. The earlier ones don't really need it, but you'll see what I mean when you need the Araya fish or the Caldea fish, which is tier 2 and it's tier 3 and tier 2 respectively. So those are the tier 2, tier 3 mats. Now, another one which you get a bit later is that as soon as you have one of your alts hit 55 or something like that, or you get to this level, you can actually make your battle experience a lot higher for your alts, okay? So basically, as you level these up, essentially what happens is that when you're at level 50, you get more bonus XP and vice versa until, like, I think it's 59 and then it's 58 and it stops. So with level 50 ults, you may level up. They'll level up at a quicker pace compared to your main until they hit a certain level. So for example, if they hit 56, these bonuses here will not apply. And then when they hit 57, they get these bonuses. And then when they hit 58, they get this bonus, and that's it. Now, the reason why why the Stronghold is so important is this, okay? So with tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, you have to hone to get a higher gear level, okay? And as soon as you've finished with a certain gear level, like for example here, this one, if you basically, I think if you get eye level 600, you can research this, and it helps your ults by reducing the mats needed and increasing the success rate. This used to be super valuable, but it isn't anymore since tier 1 and tier 2 are now 100% honing chance. But this used to be so valuable early on, okay? And also these ones here, you also get one to increase the success rate and reduce the required EXP, which saves you shards on harmony shards and life shards, which are crucial for tier 1 and tier 2 honing. Now, next one is going to be a tier 3, which you do need as well, and you need a certain stronghold levels to get these, okay? So that's why leveling up the stronghold is very, very, very important, okay? And also down here as well, you can get more gatherables and basically more thingos here. So with your stronghold, you can get mats gathered from your stronghold, and we'll go through that now. So the farm here is that you can gather mats like this. You can throw plants down into here. Like, for example, I can throw down, let's see what I want to do. I want to throw down, or actually, let's say, you know what, we'll just, I don't know what to put here. You can, let's just say, let's put something here. Okay, you can put, like, you know, let's say, excavating here. So I can put excavating here and save. Again, that's the farm. I can pick this at any time, okay? However, it tells you what life energy you expend by picking it. So if I pick this, it takes 265, okay? So I'll just pick one out and be like, you know, I'll harvest this, okay? And basically, it'll give me it, okay? And sometimes you get array of relics, and sometimes you get stronghold relics, or stronghold relics. So with the stronghold, the real world has its own map collection, and the stronghold has only the stronghold-only map collection. You can exchange stronghold map collections for... You cannot exchange stronghold mats for real life mats, but stronghold mats can be used for stronghold stuff. Just in case you want your real mats to be used for a different purpose, you can use stronghold mats instead. So be aware of that. And there are separate recipes in the workshop, which you're going to go to now. So we're going to go to the workshop. So this is what the workshop looks at, like level 7. So I can make elemental HP potions from real life mats. All of these, you have to use real mats to make, okay? Like the real mats you get from open world. Special allows you to use stronghold mats. Oh no, special doesn't allow you to use stronghold mats yet. It uses real mats to get the fusion materials. So these are all the fusion materials I was talking about. This is tier 2 fusion materials, which you make from cow deer meat. You can also make this from cow deer fish, which is in tier 2. And cow deer relics, which you can get from excavating, fishing, and hunting in tier 2 zones. And then you got simple and basic, which all can be done for getting hunting in tier 3 zones, fishing in tier 3 zones, and excavating in tier 3 zones. So you can see all of that here. And also these ones you can collect anywhere. Now we go to the next one, which is powder of sage you get from getting a stone of sage, which is in a vendor later on, which we'll talk about. I know this episode's going to go for a very, very long. That's because Stronghold is a big area and it's very, very important. Now the farm means this is you build it out of farm mats, okay? It's like these are all farm mats especially, and you get a chest and you get to pick which one you want. Do you want to get the 18 HP potion, 6 major HP, or 3 elemental? If you want to get major HP potions and the green HP potions, you would want to be making out of your farm mats. If you want to get elemental HP potions, I recommend making it out of your normal mats because it is a lot cheaper to do so. And basically here, you can actually make fusion materials out of your stronghold mats as well if you need to. Basically anything here that you get from the stronghold, you can make in here. Okay, so this is from like all your stronghold mats and stuff like that. So I can make a one of these basically from this. As I can see here, got stronghold, strong ore, and all this stuff if I really wanted to. This is like a relic material as well. You can also make, you know, these map chests as well from these if I wanted to. And also you can make ship parts as well if you wanted to. And that's pretty much a crafting. With crafting level 1, you only get this at the start. Crafting level 3, you get this. And crafting level 5, you get this. So you can make up to 10 things per craft mat. So you can make 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, and they all go at different times. Next up is going to be a dispatch. Dispatch is like, if you ever played WoW, this is like a garrison kind of thing, where you can send your stuff on missions. You can have 2 special missions. So here I've done the Velganos on my Scrapper, I think it is. And I've done 3 missions here. This is very, very important because it allows you to get the currency for the Stronghold called Victory Seals, Adventure Seals, and Raid Seals, which are yellow, which I think I've already done all of them. They are used on the merchant, and we'll get to that shortly. Next up, we'll talk about the manor. Also, as well, be aware that dispatches use energy, and also just make sure that you get the time reduction, the energy reduction, stuff like that. Generally, dispatches give you a lot of Stronghold EXP. Also, you can tell the Stronghold level down here. It will be, or up here, so you can see what it is. The maximum Stronghold level is level 70, by the way. With the missions as well, the missions in dispatch is like 6k energy, 3.1k, 2.8k, 2080, and 1040. Basically, they can take 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, and a day. So basically, 6k is a day, 3k is 12 hours, 2k is 8 hours, and 1k is 4 hours. Now, all the special missions take 12 hours generally, as you can see here. You get all the special missions you can do any of your daily stuff here as well, I just recommend that you do alt guardian raids here on your alts, unless you have the time to do guardian raids on your toons, okay? Because only do guardian raids on your alts can realistically help your other toons out. If you don't have that, then just do it to help your other alts out, like a tier 1 guardian raid. Even tier 1, tier 2 guardian raids to get more mats is very, very helpful overall. So next up is the manor. So the manor, you can put buildings down to make your things a lot easier, okay? Like you can only put 2 buildings down to make your things a lot easier, as you can see here. These are your effect slots. So basically, I've got the Everyone's Lost Ark effect, which gives me more great success at dispatch. Probably a few of them that are very, very good. I could put the geyser here as well. You can see here that I could change this for the geyser, which I do say, like, you know, it's very, very important as well to do so. And also you can get a lot of other stuff as well. The first few that you get is generally the blue ones. The legendary ones are generally the best, okay? Once my research is done, I'll probably put more into, like, dispatch time and stuff like that as well. Or even cooking and stuff like that, okay? You want to put the legendary ones in. You get 1 slot at the start, but as you upgrade your mana, you get more and more. You also get 2 outfits. This is mainly to do with, I'll tell you now, mainly to do with some report that they give you outfits, which make it a lot better, essentially, overall. Now, overall, there's dispatch. You probably want to get the dispatches improved, because dispatch adaptation is very, very important later on. The other ones, like cooking craft time and stuff like that, aren't so important, okay, later on. And that's pretty much the manor. The manor is just basically, it tells you if you unlock certain areas of the stronghold. Like at the start, only this little middle area, I'll give you the map, only this little middle area is really accessible until you get the rest, basically. So let's get out of that, because we've basically gone through everything at the moment, including the gathering as well. So previously, this little island here used to be where you could gather herbs and stuff like that, gather herbs and minerals. There used to be a cave here called the Cave of Life entrance, where you could gather excavating and fishing and hunting as well. And also down here you could do logging. But they changed that to just be like a Farmville kind of thing, where you can pick and choose what you want to herb out instead of just having a difficult decision. Overall, it's always better herbing and farming in the overworld than it is in the stronghold. Okay, just an FYI, because it takes more life energy in the stronghold than it does outside the stronghold. And also, the stronghold gathering no longer gives any guild request credit, so be aware of that as well. Now, in here as well, there is also the jukebox where you can play music, but I prefer the stronghold music anyway. Also in the stronghold as well, it's got all the stuff that you need, like the market, the storage, and stuff like that. So if you want to go to the AH or mailbox, anything like that, you can go up to this top left here, the market broker, and stuff like that. But we don't really want to discuss that, because you can do that in your own time, and also, you can probably do it in various cities. We're going to go down here where basically the meat and potatoes are quite important down here. So there's been a few new add-ons that have come in. So we'll get it close to you here. So basically with the music, the introduction of the jukebox, you can basically get certain music from here. Okay, like you can get certain music, like for example, you get Song of Valor, which you need an achievement for, and you get a lot of different things as well to play in your stronghold. So you can see here, you can get all of these things if you really want to and put them into your stronghold. So next up is the merchant. The merchant comes every 8 hours, and then afterwards a new merchant comes in. And so you can see, so the merchant, this is exchange. This is what you can exchange your adventurer's seal for. So you can get some soul leaves, you can also exchange your unidentified relics for adventure seal as well. These relics you get from dispatches. That's why dispatch is so important. It's your main way to generate this currency is through dispatches, by getting relics or getting seals from the mission. Now, open sale is what only everyone else can see in your stronghold, so they can only do the exchange, and they can only get wealth. They don't see the rest of it here, so they can't come here and get the card packs. So just be aware of it as well. Now, these guys can sell secret maps and masterpieces as well, depending on the merchant that's here. Be aware of it. Make sure you probably save your seals for the secret maps and the masterpieces, because they are part of your collectibles, as you can see here. So basically, there's the secret maps right here, and there's the masterpieces right here. You can actually buy some of those from your stronghold, and that is very, very important. So you can see here, stronghold, trade merchant, this person, and stuff like that. A lot of the secret maps are from the stronghold, so be very, very aware of that, okay? Be very, very aware of that you may want to get these from the stronghold. And also as well, basically, if you want to get a lot of silver, it is very, very important to do the thingos. And also you can get more stronghold guys as well, and legendary crew. See, this is, I think this is Stronghold, dude. I'm not sure. But anyway, you can see here, you get a lot of silver from doing these. And also you get masterpieces as well from bounties, which are very, very important. Anyways, let's go down here, okay, to these areas. So these guys can, you can exchange your blue ore and green ore for timber and iron ore if you need it. Sometimes you are going to need this, okay? Sometimes the usefulness of these blue and green ores are only restricted to certain mats and trying to make profession tools. However, outside of that, they're not very useful. Iron ore and timber is probably the most useful part in your Stronghold until you're starting max level and you don't need to level up anymore. Now, these ones is that you can turn your herbs into gathering powder to upgrade to other herbs, basically. So basically, you can turn this into shittier mats and then upgrade it to better ones. For example, like, getting more green and blue herbs instead, which you need to make, better potions and better bombs and stuff like that. So this is what you use the Fingo for, is to upgrade your tools. And you can also do that for mining as well. Like, if you've got too much iron ore and timber, you can convert it to these if you need it, basically. And same with hunting powder as well. You can actually convert your fishing and hunting powder to get the tier 3 mats if you've got too many of the bad ones. Now, this is the next one. This is where you can change your... You can buy the spices for the feasts. And you also can exchange your tokens for 35% less. You can exchange your tokens if you've got a secret map that you really want to get. But this is not really a good exchange rate, generally. Okay, generally. Basically, the victory seals are used for your carpentry toolboxes, which you can use to make better tools. Okay, so you only need this many to get a toolbox to make a better tool. And also you can exchange it here as well. Now, the adventure seals are mainly used to get Stone of Sages, which is used to get Powder of Sages, which is for mainly to make it easier to upgrade tripods, which is really what we're going to talk about in tier 3, okay? Otherwise, you can exchange it willy-nilly or use it at the stores. Last but not least is the crafting recipe, okay? The crafting recipe render is very, very important because there is one thing that you want to get here that's super duper important, and it'll make your life a lot easier, the Stronghold, because we're going to talk about how you level your Stronghold quickly, because a lot of the recipes use gold, and you don't have much gold at the start, and you want to be using recipes that use silver instead, because you're going to have a lot of silver at the start. So here you can exchange your adventure seals for crafting recipes, which I do recommend that you do pick up, especially of all the tools. Like, make sure you get adept. The big ones you want to get is the epic ones. You want to get the adept excavating, adept fishing, and adept hunting, all of them. Because all the adept tools come with super armor. You know how we talked about super armor in the previous video for crafting? It is very important to have, okay? So you want to get all those recipes first. Now with cooking, you can learn tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. These are the basic cooking mats which give you 6k strength and dexterity and stuff like that. You want to pick these up as well. They're very cheap. I've got all of them already. But the most important part comes... Oh, not here actually. This is for the Stronghold chest. So you probably want to get this one and this one quite early on. Like, you're going to get all these. And you can also, I believe you can also get this recipe for your Stronghold as well. But the most important thing you want to get, which comes from a merchant very early on, is awnings, okay? The reason why I say that is obvious, okay? So we've introduced everything at the Stronghold. So we got the research. Oh, we actually got one more important thing I haven't done yet, and that is the training and knowledge. So training, which you get later on. So you can see here that I'm training my destroyer up by making him hit the ultimate stress buster, which you get with the crystalline aura. Basically, overall, you can train any of your characters to go up levels in here, up until 58. Or your highest character level, basically. So if your character level is 60, the highest level you can train to is 58. This training camp you unlock a lot later in the Stronghold level, I think it's like level 50 or something like that. It's very, very later on. Very simple. Just basically put your character in ultimate stress buster and that's it. You can expand your training camp to do 2. By the time you can expand your training camp to do 2, all your ults will be very high level if you play them. Next up is knowledge transfer, and knowledge transfer is very important, especially with North Firm, okay? Basically, you can skip entire story quest lines, so if you hate story quest lines, like such as, for example, Rundell, you can skip it on a certain amount of toons, okay? So you can be like, I'll pay the gold. After, I think it's 12 hours, essentially, let's see here, yeah, after 8 hours, sorry, that toon will deem to have completed the entire chain, okay? And you go to Trixian, and basically Beatrice imbues all the knowledge of that area into you. So you can see here, you can put only knowledge transfer to Punica, at this point. And I'm gonna say all of these aren't really worth it, okay? It takes 2 hours to relatively complete all these zones. It takes an hour and a half to complete Punica, hour and 44 minutes to complete Phaeton, hour and 44 to complete Yawn, 2 hours to complete Rowendell, that's mainly because of Phantom Palace. And for Northfern, it takes about 16 to 18 hours to get to Northfern, because you're going to do Lutera, Talk, Anika, and Arthretine and stuff like that to get there. And you're going to do Northfern itself, okay? And the reason why you want to do the Northfern knowledge transfer first is because you can do it from when you start. So this is why knowledge transfer is very, very important, because you can skip like 18 hours a game in 8 hours and only 600 gold. Now, first of all, you get 2 power passes from Northfern when you first hit level 50 and finish Northfern. So you get 2 power passes which you can give to your ults. And I highly recommend that you use those after you complete Shushia, because if you use a Northfern power pass, you've deemed to completed Shushia. But for the rest of your tunes that you can't use the power pass on, I highly recommend using the Northfern knowledge transfer. And that's because you only need 1 character to complete it, okay? So you can see, you can highlight this. You can only use this 9 times. Once you use this 9 times, you can't do it anymore. And also with Rondell, you can see with the other ones that you need more and more characters to complete the quest line before you can skip to it. So you can see here 6 characters when they completed it, because I skipped Rondell, okay? Most of the time. And you can see here, it's the same for the rest of them when you do 135 and then 135 for the rest. So memory transfer is actually really good for Northfern. You do get a quest later here to talk to this robot, and they explain like the knowledge transfer mechanic to you. So overall, we've been through everything in the Stronghold, okay? And you'll be like, how do I level this Stronghold up? Okay, how do I level it up? And as I said before, one of these merchants sell a recipe called Awnings, okay? And Awnings is very, very important because Awnings uses silver, and it's in the structure tab. So it uses silver to make, and it only uses 15 wood. So you can see it also uses a lot less action energy, and you can craft a lot of them at a time. There are other replacements as well that use silver. So obviously you're not here. I think it's the CC here that they're using gold. You don't want to use gold, okay? Gold's bad. I think there's a few other ones that use silver as well, and I'm trying to find those at the moment, okay? The Pumpkin Scarecrow is actually really, really good for great success if you need more, okay? 2% chance. Let me try and find it. See, as you see here, a lot of them use gold, and you don't want to be using gold because gold is bad. Also, you can get the NACT 1 counter as well, but it uses 5 iron ore and 5 wood. So you can use this as well to get a bit more. These can be bought, just an FYI, these can be bought from the merchants, okay? So if you see awning on a merchant, purchase it immediately and start making a ton of it. Also, Neria's Tavern board as well uses 5 wood and uses silver as well. You want to use these mats to level up your stronghold. The main reason why is that it costs silver and you have a lot of silver to use. Okay, a lot of silver to use. And it's better off using silver than it is using gold, because gold's definitely a lot more worth a lot more than silver is. And you just basically keep making them non-stop. You can make over like 99 of them, okay? In fact, I've made like 1,000 of them as I was leveling up. And they cost a lot of energy. And I've even made them all in a row here. So these are awnings and what they look like, okay? And that's how much I made in the end. Anyways, guys, this is the big episode with Strongholds. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.